I've always believed that music finds you long before you understand it, like a stranger humming outside your window before you even know their name. It doesn't ask permission, it just enters, unnoticed at first, then unforgettable. For me, it started with Disney, The Lion King, Aladdin. You'd hear the opening notes from 3 rooms away. I was that kid who played those VHS tapes so many times. But I wasn't just watching them for the story. It was the music, those sweeping background scores, the way the melodies carried the emotions, even before the characters spoke. I didn't know it then, but I was already being rewired, trained to feel through sound, to process joy, fear, and wonder, not through logic, but rhythm. I'd sit there wide eyed, not just following Simba's journey or Aladdin's wishes, but waiting for that moment when the music swelled and made something in me swell too. That was the first time I learned music doesn't need translation, it just needs presence. Then came the teenage years, awkward years, loud on the outside, unsure on the inside. That's when I discovered another side of music, the one that whispered in the dark. I listened to songs that my parents didn't understand, tunes soaked in angst and ache, with lyrics that sometimes didn't even make sense to me, but the emotion did. It felt like someone was echoing thoughts I didn't know how to speak. I remember lying on my bed, the music playing on the radio or in my earphones, and it felt like I was building a world inside myself. A quiet place where I was allowed to feel everything without interruption, without fear. And then came anime, video games, and with them, a whole new kind of soundtrack. Foreign lyrics I didn't understand, instruments I couldn't name, but somehow, these songs burrowed deeper into me than anything I'd heard before. The music didn't just support the stories, it was the story. When the strings soared, I felt it in my chest. When the percussion kicked in, it felt like my own heartbeat was syncing with it. To this day, there are game themes and anime endings that bring me to tears. And I don't even know the words, but somehow my soul knows. Eventually, I stumbled into orchestral music, stage plays, musicals that wrap entire lifetimes into 3-minute harmonies, songs that didn't just speak, they moved. They rose and fell like tides, carrying everything I could put into a sentence. And slowly, music became less of a pastime and more of a language. One I spoke to myself when no one else could hear. You see, music was there for all the versions of me that didn't make it to the surface. The quiet boy who was scared to say too much, the teenager drowning in expectations, the medical students walking hallways at dawn, wondering if any of this would ever make sense, the broken-hearted version of me after people I loved walk away, the weight of silence too heavy to carry. And yet, in my ears, a song would play, and somehow, I didn't feel alone anymore. Because music doesn't judge. It doesn't ask you to explain yourself. It just plays and lets you be whatever you need to be. Some mornings, I put on a track to focus. Other nights, I play a piece just to cry. Sometimes I'll walk through Vancouver with my headphones on, letting the soundtrack guide my feet, not going anywhere in particular, just letting the notes choose the path. And I've realized music isn't just something I listen to, it's something I live inside. It's been my company in seasons where I felt abandoned, my mirror when I couldn't see myself clearly, my release when the words were too hard to say out loud. I think about that little kid watching Aladdin, eyes wide, mouth half open, dreaming about a world where music could make anything possible. And I think about that boy in high school, curled up with his songs that no one else seemed to understand, and the young man in medical training, rising at 4 a.m., drowning in pressure, finding solace in a single melody. I carry all of them with me now. Their silence, their noise, their longing. I didn't become a musician. I don't play instruments. I don't perform. But music has played me, tuned me, taught me how to feel, how to cope, how to remember. Sometimes I wonder what my life would have been like without it. What kind of person I'd be if there wasn't always a song to help me hold myself together. And honestly, I don't want to know. Because music is more than sound. It's memory. It's emotion in motion. It's the invisible friend who always answers when you call, even if it's just to sit with you in silence. And if someone asked me today, what shaped you the most? I'd say, not what, but what played. A lullaby from my childhood, a theme from an anime, a ballad I once played on repeat after a breakup, a piece of music I found by accident that somehow knew exactly what I was going through. So no, I don't just love music, I owe it. It's the one thing that never asked me to be anything but myself. And maybe that's the only kind of love that truly lasts.